We will not shrink from enforcing discipline, from scrutiny. Indeed, we welcome it, for accountability is the lifeblood of democracy. But it must be clearly understood, the foundation of every democracy is its legislature. Those who seek to weaken the legislature, in truth, seek to wreck the very substructure of democracy itself. We must continue to uphold the independence of this Senate, the dignity of these chambers, the hallowed chambers, the most prestigious club in the world, the elite club, the Senate, not just of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but of any nation. Therefore, we must uphold the majesty of our Constitution, which governs us all and all our efforts. To the citizens of Nigeria, we say this: we in the 10th Senate, we hear you. We know your expectations. You ask us not for excuses, but for results. Not for noise, but for substance. This Senate will continue to remain open, accountable, and responsive. The Deputy Senate President, the leader of the Senate, and the leadership of the entire 10th Senate, and my distinguished brothers and sisters, let me join the Deputy Senate President to formally welcome you after the recess. I want to thank Almighty God for preserving your life through His mercy. We are back with the noble charge of legislating for our republic. So, as I join my colleague, the Deputy Senate President, to welcome you, I want to say that this return should bring about renewed bond and should reflect the very grave responsibilities that attend the high office of being a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Before all else, let us extend our warm congratulations to the President and the Commander-in-Chief and to all Nigerians on the celebration of the nation's independence anniversary. After we hoisted our flag of freedom 65 years ago, we are reminded that the journey of nationhood is not a sprint, but a marathon. One generation handing the torch like a relay of faith and sacrifice to the next generation. The flame may flicker, but it must never be allowed to die. May the labors of our heroes past continue to inspire us to build a nation that is free, just, and prosperous. Our country has walked through both shadow and sunshine while we were away. Many families have grieved for losing their loved ones, one of which was a very cruel boat tragedy that happened on the River Niger in Kogi State, and the bloody outrage at the mosque in Katsina State. We mourn also the 12 forest guards that were slain in Okeodo in Kwara State, cut down while protecting our environment, martyrs of our service who remind us that insecurity knows no boundaries and knows no religion. We commiserate with our compatriots across the flood-ravaged states of Bayelsa, Sokoto, and Zamfara states as the 2025 flood season continues to uproot lives and destroy livelihoods. We urge urgent coordination between the federal and subnational governments to mitigate these devastations before they become annual calamities. To every home afflicted by these disasters, insecurity, hunger, and hardship, the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria hereby extend to them the hand of fellowship and the prayer of comfort. We promise them that we shall not flinch from the duty of relief and redress for our people in this country. While our hearts grieve, our hopes endure because of very glimmers of progress. Nigeria's oil production has climbed towards 1.8 million barrels per day, driven by reforms and renewed investor confidence. Our subnational governments are taking from the Federation account billions that can now assist them. I can confidently say that through the engineering of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team, no state government today is borrowing money to pay salary. So for this, we say kudos to the administration. So we must ensure that this blessing does not become another fleeting windfall, but a foundation for fiscal discipline, infrastructural renewal, and more job creations. Let us also heed the cry from the farms and the markets across the nation. Over 33 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity, a crisis demanding urgent legislative attention, particularly in areas of agriculture, rural roads, irrigation, and mechanization. This must be introduced. Hunger cannot be defeated with words. Hunger requires policy direction, diligent budgeting, and willpower to defeat it. Our people do not look to us for lamentations. That is not why they voted us. They look to us for action. The banners of terrorism and banditry still threaten the very countrysides of Nigeria. The cost of living weighs upon the families and all tables in the nation like iron chains. The flickering of our national grid leaves cities in darkness and commerce in paralysis. These trials summon us to service of uncommon urgency and to partner with the executive arm of government so that together we can rewrite the story of our nation for generations to come. We must legislate with boldness. We must press forward with reforms to steady our economy. We must draw investments. We must broaden the tax base as we have done through the tax reforms. And we must nurture the growth of our nation. We must strike hard at the enemies of ignorance, disease, by strengthening education, healthcare. We must do everything to counsel the misconceptions outside the shores of this country, because Nigeria is greater and Nigeria is more united than they are trying to make the world to believe. We must give the youths of Nigeria not only hope, but opportunities. We must revisit the constitutional amendment, the alterations, to make our federation stronger, our governance more efficient, and our democracy much more inclusive. Above all, we must wield our power of oversight with vigilance so that the people's money is spent for the people's good. Our relations with the executive shall remain frank, firm, neither obsequious nor obstructive. Where policies raise our people, we shall learn our strength. Where policies tend to imperil them, we shall speak out on their behalf. We must continue to uphold the independence of this Senate, the dignity of these chambers, the hallowed chambers, the most prestigious club in the world, the elite club, the Senate, not just of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but of any nation. Therefore, we must uphold the majesty of our Constitution, which governs us all and all our efforts. To the citizens of Nigeria, we say this: we in the 10th Senate, we hear you. We know your expectations. You ask us not for excuses, but for results. Not for noise, but for substance. This Senate will continue to remain open, accountable, and responsive. We will not shrink from enforcing discipline, from scrutiny. Indeed, we welcome it, for accountability is the lifeblood of democracy. But it must be clearly understood, the foundation of every democracy is its legislature. Those who seek to weaken the legislature, in truth, seek to wreck the very substructure of democracy itself. As we stand once more on the threshold of another election, let me say another election season, let us speak plainly to our constituents about the sacred duty of choice. It's important for them to know that the choice they make is sacred. Leadership is not a carnival, and governance is not a stage for theatrics. Let no one mistake the nation's destiny for a costume drama, nor confuse applause with achievements. Whether in party primaries or general elections, let us not lay quality upon the altar of spectacle, nor exchange wisdom for noise, nor experience for glitter. If our politics must be mended, let it begin with the courage to choose the right men and women of integrity, of tested virtue, of proven competence, and of sincere devotion to service of our nation. We must teach our people that democracy will only flourish when ballots are cast, not for the loudest voice, but for the wisest heads. Not for those who seek office as an ornament, but for those who see it as a burden of duty. Distinguished colleagues, let history record that in our time, we did not shrink from the truth, nor flinch from our responsibilities, but urge our people toward leaders worthy of their trust. So as we resume today with fresh vigor and steadfast resolve, we must legislate not only for the Nigeria of today, but for generations yet unborn, and even for generations we shall never see. Let this Senate be remembered as an instrument of national transformation and a citadel of democracy that brought about hope for our nation. So I welcome you back to your hallowed chamber. I wish you God's mercies. May God prosper our labor on a daily basis, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A few correspondences from Mr. President, then we rang off.